Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome to Game 2 of the 2026 Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League semifinals. It is the hometown Akwesasne Bucks with the ball right now, wearing the orange and black as Corson Keeley tosses over to Liam Aston. They lead the series 1-0 after a 9-2 win last night that was decisive, was not quite as one-sided as that score would suggest. But the Bucks certainly in a good position after being the first team. Here's a chance for Keeley. Buries one. What a start for the Bucks. They pick up right where they left off last night with Keeley getting this beautiful pick and roll play. You see both defenders chase after Torrin Eccleston. What a gorgeous play. Sam Firth takes that pass. First of all, the catch itself is really nice. You can see he's behind the net, reaches up, spin, whips it behind the back. Looked like he was coming around to shoot, and absolutely rocks that one. What a shot from Sam Firth, and that gives the Mohawks their first lead of the series. And here comes Willem Firth trying to add to it. Nice save, Saga Thompson. That's a big one. The Mohawks could go for a run here. Clark Peterson checking his stick. And he's going to head to the bench. When you're looking at your stick like that while the ball is in it, that's a good call. Just get off the floor and go get that dialed in. Maybe he's all right. It looks like he's just standing. Oh, no, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's heading out. He's opening. He's tapping. There's a little door. We'll get a shot when we can to show you how they exit, because you can't go straight from the bench to the locker room. Justin Martin jumping on for some D there. Ashton Jacobs, ducks his head down. The helmet rams into the boards. Wasn't a big contact. He just ducked right over. And Saga Thompson with a little headbutt. So if we get a shot just down below us at the end of the bench and pan just slightly to the right, there you can see the two doors. Okay, back to the game, thank you. So what you have to do if you want to go fix your stick, as Peterson did, he just stood behind the bench door. Once everyone was in, he tapped, got the attention of the people over beside the other door, and just had them open, and he just went around, took those 2 steps. He has gone off to the locker room to get his stick dialed in, fix whatever it was, and Corson Keeley will step up to tie it up in his stead. What a terrific finish from Keeley. He is over here on the right, bottom right of your screen. Nice little slip up into space. The Mohawks just completely lose track of him, and no chance whatsoever for Zach Higgins. Jake Spalina in to take the face-off here for the Mohawks. He was not available yesterday. I believe his flight was late, or missed his flight. Something happened, so he was not available, but he is in today. He's up against Miles Jacobs on the draws. Mohawks have it. It gets away from Willem Firth for a moment, but he tracks that one down. Hands it off to Matthews. Quickly on to Sam Firth, who's watched by Jake Gasparetti. Oh, really nice give-and-go play there. I guess it was not a give-and-go. It was a three-way passing play, but really nice play. But the save once again by Saga Thompson. Kind of hard to believe the Mohawks have already matched their scoring total from yesterday. We're not even 8 minutes into the game, and they got their second one a while ago. The Bucks sneak back ahead. Bit of a jumbled play up on top of the crease. As this shot, that's Eccleston from downtown again. He had 2 long-range bombs yesterday. Higgins gets a fair chunk of that, but it just rolls over. How far over the line does that get? Let's just watch this once more, because I'm curious. Boy, it spun out pretty quick, but it was clearly in. Referee right in position to make that call. Mohawks trying to tie it up. Oh, what a one-handed attempt. Great effort from Stone Jacobs, who may well have been the best Mohawk in the game yesterday. He played very well, got 1 goal, had another breakaway, came very close on. Evans trying to drift one down to Eccleston, but drifted a bit too much, got up into the netting. Colton Marquis steps across Marquis, and Cayman Daibo, his fellow righty, was heading out with him. A couple of the players, several Mohawks, were delayed in transit. There was an accident on the highway coming down. Not a lot of options for alternative routes, and that's why the game was delayed. Here's Marquis, penalty coming. It's going to be a holding call on Jake Gasparetti. Ian Garrison going to make the call. He's joined by Mark Ardonio and Johnny Vandergriesen. You can see the hold, and it's Gasparetti in the white helmet is going to travel with Marquis. And not happy with it. He didn't, I mean, it's not like he hauled him down, but definitely affected Marquis' path to the net and opportunity to shoot. Hidden ball trick? No, Willem does have it and hands it off to Sam Firth. Daibo, thinking about passing, rips one. Oh, he has scored on that bouncer before. That deep bouncer hitting the turf outside the crease and then up into the far top corner. He had it there. Oh, that one's off the crossbar, and Sam Firth saying it was in. We're going to take a look. It was pretty close. If it hits the mesh right up in the corner, it can be so taut that it can't come out quickly. Evans going to the net, puts his shoulder down. He's going to pass it below. I thought Eccleston might just go ahead and try and dunk that one, but Stone Jacobs gets right on him. Still over a minute to go, and that is going to even things up. Eccleston getting into the face. He's going to take a little cross check on the lower rear hip. Let's take a look at this call. Here's Peterson driving to the net. Yeah, it's just that little wrap around again. Again, not a huge, like, drag him, but it was definitely a grab. So we're going to go 4-on-4 for minute 9. And then the Bucks will go to the power play, barring any further penalties. Evans, washed by Harday McComber. When I was talking to Garrett Cree, a couple minutes after he'd mentioned, I'm going big, I'm going with my man, I'm going to make it harder for them to play against. A couple minutes later, Harday McComber walked in down the hallway, and he said, he's in. That was one of the guys he's talking about, the big, tough defensive player. They want that physicality. They're still going to run. They're going to want guys like Stone Jacobs making things happen in transition. They want guys like Cayman Daibo right here to make things happen. I know he's driving to the net, great chance, but he is taken down to the turf. We're going to watch that while they track down the ball. Look at Daibo just drive underneath. Really good effort from Jaden Ciapara, who winds up landing on top of him. May have been enough to throw, the contact may have been enough to throw Daibo's shot off. Here's Sam Firth, pulls it down. Hard sidearm rip. Thompson wasn't sure where it was, but it was in front of him. Finally got to see Mikey Thompson yesterday. I've been at all the Bucks games this year at home. Had yet to see the former Man Cup MVP and NLL star, but saw him yesterday as they were leaving, and I said, I have not seen you. Are you here? He's like, I'm at the game, so I just kind of sit over in the corner. He does not make him. He wants it about Suga. What a rip from Eccleston. Goes up and out of play, hit the ceiling. Bucks reset. But yeah, Suga's going to make a name for himself in the NLL soon. He'll be a first-round pick this fall, September 10th, the NLL draft. Clark Peterson is down on the turf. At the other end, it's Liam Matthews. Dodging. Jake Gasparetti is getting physical out there. The Bucks defense was fantastic yesterday. Just made it so hard for the Mohawks to do what they want to do. Willem Firth's going to rip from downtown. Tyler Armstrong comes up with it. Firth on him, strips the ball, but Armstrong recovers, just flings it ahead. That's going to be grabbed by Eccleston. Looked like a turnover in the making. Now Eccleston on the run, fires, misses. It's a pass to Sean Evans. He's going to slow it down. His veteran presence yesterday was really noticeable. One of the smartest lacrosse players you'll ever meet, plus one of the most competitive. He is absolutely driven to win championships. Nice save by Higgins, reaches out and scoops up that loose ball. We're back to even strength. Both penalties are over. And Sam Firth trying to make something happen in the middle as Liam Matthews works his way around. That one's up and out off the Bucks. It'll be a fresh 30. Nice chance there from Marquis, but Suga Thompson, another big save. And Kobe Cree takes off, clears the zone and passes it ahead. Found Eccleston and now gets it over to Clark Peterson. Obviously got his stick restrung, readjusted, or whatever he wanted. Let's see how it is once he gets possession of the ball, if he's feeling comfortable. Got to see when he gets a shot or a pass. He just made a drop pass there. So he is getting worked over for sure there. That one's going to get up and out to play on the long attempted pass and turned over. Jake Gasparetti. Oh, and Sam Firth, that was dangerous as Firth had a foot in the box, was just about to step on the bench, saw they were starting possession right near him, and stepped out for a quick check as the defender was coming out the other end. The defender, you could hear the Bucks yelling too many, but I will say it looked to me like the defender was still in the change box, hadn't gone anywhere. I think they were okay. Probably not a call you're going to make. Evans gets his own ball back. There's Peterson. Won't get to see a shot here as he is checked very well. Oh my, that is going to be a penalty to Louis Alfred, and it's a major. I think sometimes the refs didn't have a talk with each other, and Mark Gardonio didn't even hesitate. He just threw up five fingers, and Louis Alfred, we're going to look at this. Sean Evans will make people want to do this. You just can't do it. Right here, boom. Wow, that could be a huge turning point. Peterson up to Eccleston. Still haven't really seen Peterson let it rip. Catches that. Well, that looked all right. He didn't look at the stick, so he must be feeling fairly comfortable with it. Again, he went to the dressing room to get his stick fixed after an earlier shift. That's going to be wide and an over and back. Good hustle by Kerry Kane to get to the bench and get it forward out, but the ball's rolling right into the crease. No chance to push in transition. Kerry Kane had, I thought, a great game yesterday. He did get kicked out at the end as he took a major and was just pretty frustrated. It was late in the game, didn't really have any impact. He is back today. This major, though, could have a much bigger impact. Great D by Justin Martin. And then the swat while the player's on the ground. That was Colton Marquis, and managed to just get the stick. That's important. Obviously, you can hit the stick when he's down. You cannot cross-check or slash a player when he's on the turf. Here's Clark Peterson. He'll just roll it over to Eccleston. They've got Howie Francis and Corson Keeley with him. Keeley gets it over to Aston. Sean Evans. I was going to say he's having a breather. He's actually sitting and looking at some things with Brett Bucktooth. Evans has not played a ton with the club, but, I mean, he's such a smart player, as is Brett Bucktooth. Was a great player. Now he's really taken to coaching, and you can see them talking about some things. This is how we're going to work it. This is what's going to happen. So let's see what happens next time Evans comes out on the floor. If they do anything immediate, he gets the ball right here. We've seen some shiny heads on sticks, but that might be the shiniest of them all. The burnt orange of Sean Evans right there. Over to Eccleston's going to come back to Evans. He's thinking behind the back, and there it is to Aston. Eccleston stops. It's a fresh 30. They got lots of time. They got lots of time on the power play, too, as you can see, with 3 minutes plus still on it. Evans is going to shoot that. It's blocked out front. I think I've been watching every play for a while. Here's a breakaway. Stone Jacobs, so dangerous. Oh, what a beautiful finish from Stone Jacobs. Once again, key to this Mohawks team. Look at him take off. Nobody's going to catch him. You can see Saga Thompson looking. We're going to watch that once more because I really. Give it a second. There we go. Stone Jacobs. You can see that Jacobs just froze Saga Thompson. It's not always about the huge fakes. It's just a little deception. Look one place. Just the way you hold your hand. Some of the goalies are looking for little tells. You got to try and give them false ones. And Jacobs is a master at it. Here's Sam Firth after some really nice work by Deus Ndate Macomber. Matthews directing traffic with his head. Now he'll pass it down to Daibo. Tries to spin underneath. Matthews fires one on the run late in the 30. No problem for Thompson on that one. Still 2:12 left. on this major penalty. But the shorthanded goal, that could be a momentum swing. Lots of time, though. Keeley, skip pass. Evans' shot gets away. Is it? The Bucks thought it was off of somebody. Sean Osborne is in today wearing the 96. He's another guy who's hard to play against. Game not really built around skill and speed. It's built around grit, smarts, and toughness. Nice work by Matthews up top to kill some time. And the Mohawks don't really look like they're trying to kill a penalty. They look like they're just going out trying to score. This is a chance for Ethan Drake. I mean, they're taking their time, but they are definitely looking to get towards the net. Now, maybe one of the messages from Garrett Cree and his coaching staff after yesterday's game that, guys, we have to be on this whole game. Had some lulls yesterday where they just maybe didn't match the Bucks' intensity. Eccleston fakes it back to Evans. He's going to go back to Eccleston. Rips it off the shoulder of Higgins. Didn't touch the ceiling, so it's going to be a battle for it. Evans taps it. Peterson gets good positioning on McComber. And Evans will flick it over to Eccleston. They've still got a fresh 30. Really long 30, it feels like. I guess they didn't establish possession until Evans grabbed it. It was still bouncing around. So, yeah, that was good. Eccleston at the top. Going behind the back. Howie Francis, hard low shot, but Higgins all ready for that one. Kerry Kane, nice little four-hopper up to Sam Firth. He's driving on Joey Gasparetti, shoves him aside. Oh, that got close. Down off the inside of Thompson's foot, and we're going to have a timeout to the Bucks. And I think Brett Bucktooth wants to probably point out to them that the Mohawks kind of doing what the Bucks did to the Mohawks yesterday, which is just take the upper hand, get the edge, and really push the tempo, push the pace, and be in kind of control of the way the play is going. It's 3-3. They're on the power play and don't have the exact shots on goal during this power play, but I would wager that it's pretty darn close. The Mohawks may even have more shots during the 4 minutes and 37 seconds of power play time. I think Brett Bucktooth is saying, hey guys, let's get back to what we were doing. Let's take advantage of this 23 seconds here and at least come out even on this man advantage. Higgins back in his net. Mohawks set their defensive box. It's Aston up top. A little bit of a different look as they go strong right and invert. There's Evans up at the top now. They go to Aston down low. The cutter is Peterson. They skip past him to Keeley, to Evans. He's going to blast that one. Bucks are saying, I think, back in. We heard Evie, and it looks like they're telling him stay up there as Evans has stayed in the offensive zone. He's watched by Stone Jacobs. They'll have a little chat while the play is happening down the floor. 4-on-4. Marquis, a little pass to Daibo. Didn't quite connect. It's going to be tracked down by Daibo. He didn't pick it up. That's got to be a push from behind. The Mohawks would like a penalty on that. I think probably possession's a good call, but for sure it's possession. And Cayman Daibo will pop up. Cayman Daibo was a very good junior player. And he stepped into the Arena Lacrosse League and absolutely ripped it up. He was scoring like, at one point, almost 10 points a game. It was unbelievable, but he did. He scores. He's very talented. He's gritty. Here's a nice drive by Matthews. That was almost in. The Mohawks definitely having the better of the chances today. We figured this was going to be a much more competitive game. I think the early goal probably helped, the early response, and then that shorthanded goal by Stone Jacobs. How huge was that? He is definitely their player of the series so far. Down to 3 seconds. They tried to get out to Howie Francis. Don't really connect. No shot on net. And now the Mohawks will use their first timeout. Each team gets 2 per game. You don't often see 2 timeouts in the first period because you can only use 1 in a period, 2 total in the game. But Situation called for it. The Bucks trying to turn things around a bit, and now the Mohawks would love to come out of this winning a period, which they obviously didn't do yesterday. It was 4-1 Bucks after the first. Each team scored once in the second, and then again with the 5-2 lead, there was the penalty that the Bucks took, and they scored 2 goals shorthanded on that power play for the Mohawks. That really kind of turned things up a notch for the Bucks and spelled kind of the end for the Mohawks. They had some chances but never got back into the game. They would love to come out of this one ahead. Obviously Higgins pulled. Firth with it. 8 seconds to go there. Move it down. Marquis fakes the pass. Now does go sidearm to Matthews. They're covering everybody, and they're just going to run out of time. Really good defensive stand there by the Bucks to make it difficult for the Mohawks to get the shot they were looking for. They couldn't quite connect on the pass, and we will go to the intermission tied 3-3. Terrific period of lacrosse here in Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League playoff action. It's game 2 of this best-of-3 series live from Noah Lagoa Arena. The kids are coming out on the floor of the Turtle Dome. The players are heading to the locker room, and we'll be back in 10 minutes. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to Game 2 of this best of three Nations Senior Lacrosse League semifinal. Great first period. Sees us tied up at 3. Miles Jacobs comes up with the possession eventually after that face-off battle, but it's popped loose and Cole Teeple gets that ball. He will take off up over center, covering tons of room. Lots of turf covering, and he's going to stay for the offensive set. He's just gliding up the floor. Now he's going to head off as Colton Marquis just getting the shirt hiked higher and higher on the pads there. It's warm in here, don't blame him. Nice chance in the middle of it. Willem Firth stopped by Sugga Thompson. Thompson sensational yesterday. Here's Sean Evans to the net, stopped. Not sure. Oh, it rolled over into the corner. I was looking for the ball. Zach Higgins was pretty clear where it was. Sam Firth will come off the bench and take that pass from Stone Jacobs, and the Mohawks looking to reestablish themselves. Oh, and the shots on goal have gone. They put them up every quarter or every period here. 19-19. The shots on goal in this game in that first period. So that means 16 saves apiece. Pretty much on pace for what Sugga Thompson did yesterday when he made 47 saves in that game. 9-2 win yesterday for the Bucks up in Mohawks territory in the Kahnawake Arena, the Kahnawake Sports Complex. Here's a pass to Evans. Oh, nice fake to get underneath. Pretty well defended, though, by Jordis McComber. Not sure he got the shot he was hoping to get off. That was pretty good, but Higgins was there to make the save. Here's Howie Francis. Of course, and Keeley trying to open some space from him. Big pick there on Louis Alfred. That pass across, and Keeley just missing on the far side. It'll go into the bench of the Bucks. And that is going to be Mohawks possession. The intensity up again today as it was yesterday, but a little more even this time. Again, it was 4-1 after the first period yesterday. And they're just going to blow play down for a moment so Peterson can pass that ball back out to the official. Good idea. So I got a little distracted by a very cute dog coming along behind us here. Hi, buddy. Doesn't want to say hi, though, so we'll just get back to the game. This is Cayman Daibo passing it off. Matthews trying to find a lane. Justin Martin really taking that away. Boy, the Bucks playing good, solid team defense yesterday and today. It was Damon Edwards and Justin Martin really working against the two-man game there. And then Ashton Jacobs with the outlet pass to Justin Martin. Takes a big whack. Speaking of good defense, some hard effort there from Cole Teeple. Knocks that one free. He does knock his teammate Jake Spallina down with an inadvertent cross-check right to the middle of his back. Eccleston racing after this one. Goes down. The Mohawk player loses his stick. Then Eccleston loses his footing with some help from a Mohawks defender. Ball still loose. Eccleston almost had it. It's going to be swatted by Teeple, and that is the 30 expiring. It was Bucks possession, so the ball will be turned over. Good defensive shift there from the Mohawks. They are, I would say, generally playing better team defense, I think. Certainly more sturdy, challenging the Bucks a bit more physically. Here's Liam Matthews. Handed it off there to Colby Dobbins. Dobbins, nice move, cuts in, scores. What a beautiful play from Colby Dobbins. Look at this footwork, the big fake. It just slips past. I really like how when Dobbins throws this fake, he goes straight line, sees that Hops is turning, and gets into that spot and then fires before Justin Martin can get there. That was a really, really nice shot. Great play by Colby Dobbins. Peterson comes away with it. Was immediately looking back towards his own end. There wasn't really much for him in the offensive zone, so we got it back to Justin Martin, and they set up as Francis comes to Peterson on the near side. Howie Francis. Really good defense there. Sam Firth back playing a defensive shift. Don't see a ton of that, but he looked pretty comfortable. Really getting physical out front. Again, the Mohawks were determined to be harder to play against today. I think it's fair to say they have achieved that so far. Bucks still got 3 goals in the first period. Drive to the net by Peterson, stopped by Zach Higgins. Howie Francis is still looking around like, what is going on? Why did you not call it when I had my stick ripped out of my hands? You got to battle to hold on to your stick. I mean, I don't think the refs like it when you just let go. I'm not sure if that's what he did. I didn't see the stick coming out. I just saw it on the floor. Nice move by Matthews, saved by Thompson though. And we've got an illegal pick or off-ball push, something that is giving it back. I think the play was right behind the tripod for me, because I didn't see what happened, but it looks like it was Tyler Armstrong that went a little overboard. He's going to get a swat back from Liam Matthews. Here is a break. Oh, pretty good pull-up there from Andon Bureau. Bureau, another player who's in, who wasn't playing yesterday. I believe he's in. Let's double check the lineup. If you can, I will drop the link to the game. So delayed penalty coming. Very gradual, getting Sucker Thompson out to the bench. 6 attackers on the floor. Eccleston is going to come across to Aston. There it is. That one's right in the belly pad of Higgins. And there might be 2 now. As Eccleston was knocked down, I think there are 2 penalties coming. Yep, there's a slash and a cross check. So it's going to go 5-on-3 immediately. That can be a huge game changer. Although, on the 5, was that the doorbell? I guess that's a sound they play to open the doorbell to the gate. I have not heard that one before. And then the cell's clanging shut. That's pretty funny. It literally sounded like a doorbell in here. There is the link in the chat to the game sheet, so you can follow along if you like, see who all gets all the goals, all the assists, all the penalties, everything that's happening. Here's Evans switching the head of the stick. He had that shiny orange one. Now he's gone to a plain white. Nice putback attempt by Keeley, but Higgins ready for that. Keeley and Evans both going after that loose ball, but Higgins comes away with it. He is having himself a game. Teeple on the run, looked towards the net. Definitely nothing there for him. Keeley has stayed up the floor, so there's a Mohawks defender with him, and it's 2-on-4 in the offensive zone. And a little surprised that the Bucks aren't getting a bit more aggressive. Now they're 3-on-1 on Firth. Just 5 seconds left. It's knocked loose. Oh, and they're going to give possession to the Mohawks. That is huge. So they'll be able to kill, up to another 30 seconds. That was an interesting one where the official was the guy saying, hey, hold on, we're not going yet. Guys, get back away from him. Usually it's the player asking for more space, but right on top of it, Ian Garrison saying, no, you got to give him some room to get started. Colton Marquis gets stripped. Justin Martin's got it's a 2-on-2. They're going to slow things down a little. Looked like there might be a chance to run, but good job by the Mohawks to get back and take that away. And why not just let your 5-on-3 set up? Eccleston over to Aston. It's Peterson, and Keeley is down in the far corner on that far crease. It opens up, and Peterson will just rip one, but Higgins had it. Peterson was looking past pretty much the whole way, but they just did not come and get him, let him and Higgins have a mano-a-mano. Higgins wins that one, and it's raced up over center by Cole Teeple. Teeple having a really strong game today. Looks around. Peterson stayed up this time, so again, it's 2-on-4. Does give the penalty killers a lot of room to work with, and they want a slashing call there, and now they're going to get a penalty. This, I think, might be a high stick, illegal cross check. Oh my, did that hit off the back of Sugar Thompson and did go behind the net. So we're going to see here the double team. Here comes Damon Edwards, 45. Yeah, I think it's Edwards' stick that gets up into his face. So it's a slashing call. Oh, it's Tyler Armstrong. So let's see again. Armstrong, 71 right there. It's coming up as they come together. I don't know. It's actually hard to tell whose stick it was. Either way, The thing is, there was only 1 second left in the Kahnawake penalties, which means they have a full man advantage and a 1-goal lead here. So a chance for them to really keep pushing. Hard rip by Matthews, but that was stopped by Thompson. Gasparetti pulls up. He's got Martin with him. They're going to go behind the net, but that's taken away by Stone Jacobs. Nice vision to get it to Evans. He rips it just wide of the net. That's going to mean over and back. But Liam Matthews will run onto it. He's got a 2-on-1. Passes over to Firth. That's a big goal from end to end. Really good performance there by the Mohawks. Oh, nice job by Sam Firth. Really good pass by Matthews. We're going to catch the end of that again here. You see the outlet pass initially gets way up the floor, and on the run, Firth just takes that pass and buries it. 5-3 with the power play goal. Big for the Mohawks. Now we'll see. The Bucks had a big response yesterday when the Mohawks put some pressure on it. Got those couple of shorthanded goals, as we talked about, that made it go from 5-2 to 7-2. Now what response do the Bucks have? Because they'd much rather close it out today, of course, than have to play tomorrow. If there is a game tomorrow, we'll double check. I thought it was at 7. So on the schedule it says 8. So we'll double check that one for you. 30-second shot clock will expire on the Bucks, and the Mohawks will get possession once again. May have been pushed back to 8. The schedule very busy here at the Turtle Dome because the Akwesasne Thunder are playing in the Ontario Junior B Championship. So we said their game at 7 o'clock today meant that as the Mohawks were delayed getting here, this game couldn't be pushed back until later than a 3 o'clock start because they need to be ready for the next game. So Colton Marquis driving underneath. He's going to step in the crease, actually hand in the crease. Managed to stay out with the feet. Bucks wanted to delay a game. Nice job by Edwards getting it to Aston. They got to get across center. They will do, getting ahead to Howie Francis. Francis bounces one to Evans, who's back to the shiny orange stick. Ducks underneath. Big save by Higgins and takes a bump from Louis Alfred. And the bump would have been bigger if Evans had kept going and run into Higgins, as he has been known to do over the course of his career. Probably his brother Scott, more of the just run through the goalie type. But Evans will stir things up. Sean will, as will Scott, and Steven, the whole family. They're a gritty bunch. That one's wide. It did not touch the goaltender on the shot by Will. Oh, no, they're saying it's okay. It did touch the goalie, so it's a reset. Sorry, I thought he was saying no touch, but he was actually just waving off the over and back. Mark Cardonio was. Quickly moved on. And is that Ethan Drake? Yeah, Ethan Drake. Oh, nice job catching that. Kind of handcuffed him as he was so close to the boards, but good job to corral it. Gets it over to Liam Matthews. Matthews tries to go back, and it's late in the third. He's going to let it go. And Aston Jacobs waited to make that pass and kind of got himself in some trouble. That's going to be a turnover. I think the earlier pass was the one to make. And now wide open, Willem Firth buries it, and that will go in almost every time. (6-3) Mohawks pull ahead as we just passed the midway point of this second period and the game. So for the moment, they've given that to Dawson Gotti McComber. That was Willem Firth. Nice block by Tyler Armstrong in that little sidearm shot from Colton Marquis. It's scooped up by Daibo. Brother Dash had a really good season with the Junior B Kahnawake Hunters as they came within a game of getting back to the OLA Junior B Championship. Instead, the Akwesasne Thunder are there after beating the Hunters 5 games in their Eastern Final. Oh, nice cut underneath Liam Matthews. Sucker Thompson had to bail them out, and Jake Gasparetti looking a little uncomfortable as he makes his way to the bench. Evans has the ball, and you can see he is looking to push. He wants to make something happen here. Francis stepping away from Sean Osborne. Big hit. That ball gets off of the Mohawks, and then Sean Osborne giving it to Corson Keeley. And now Howie Francis. Again, Osborne out there to bring some toughness, make it harder to play against the Mohawks D. And there's a shot from outside by Keeley. Firth gets that pass, stops, and backs up. Here's Willem Firth. Looking to get another one. No shooting lane, but he gets the pass over to Cayman Daibo. That's not in. If there'd been more of a complaint, we'd go back and look at that again, but the Mohawks seem fairly content. And then a great chance, but what a save by Zach Higgins. We're going to take a peek at this one. Mohawks still just taking their time to set up here. Look at that stop by Higgins, leaving that right leg and right arm behind. Shot by Firth is off. Off target, I guess. I thought it might have been off of Sugar Thompson. Now they are going to reset, so I guess it was. Okay. But the Bucks come away with it. Jake Gasparetti heading forward. Change of direction and get around Stone Jacobs. Clark Peterson. Think of it a rip. That's right in the chest pad of Higgins. Outlet pass. There's one to Kyron Lazor. And Lazor's going to slow it down and hand it off. They were looking, though. Mohawks want to keep pushing, want to keep adding to this lead. They know, much as they had the opportunity to come back yesterday but didn't, they know the Bucks will be looking to drive for that opportunity. Mohawks don't want to give them a chance. Here's Marquis. Kobe Cree, the first one there. Nice job shorthanding the stick and using his other arm to protect himself. So they get the pass to Evans off the bench. He scored a goal like that yesterday, drifting it to the far corner, but this time just over top of the net, and Garrett Cree throws up both hands to slow it down. Now we want to set offensive set here. Ethan Drake will wait. Firth flips it through the middle. Great pass, great shot. But Sugar Thompson makes the save. What an excellent effort. Was that? Yeah, that was Colby Dobbins taking that pass and getting the shot off. What an athletic play. Mohawks back into the offensive zone. Pass down low coming from, that is Cole Teeple out there playing an offensive shift. Number 99 over on the righty shooter spot right now. Setting another pick on Martin. He'll just swat it and then swat Teeple. Teeple has a shove for him. Martin will just leave it there and let Clark Peterson pick it up, and Teeple is going to go back to his normal defensive role. I don't think his teammates minded him having him up there. He's working pretty hard in the offensive zone, as he tends to do on the defensive end as well. Here's Aston. Boy, the Bucks are just off target today with their shooting. Oh, good decision there by, was that Teeple again? No, that was Jake Spalina. That could have been a trouble if he'd handed it to Daibo right away. Did eventually get it to him after extricating himself from difficulty. That pass to Firth kind of became a shot. And then ultimately a pass once again. He goes around, and that's going to be an illegal pick. Colby Dobbins getting a little overzealous on the pick. He goes palms up to the bench saying, why? Why? Well, it's a bit much. Just a bit. Evans slowing things down. Now they're going to push towards the net again. Aston shopping as he comes across the top. Shot's not there, so he tries to get it to Keeley. And the Bucks felt that was a pretty zesty check on Corson Keeley going through the middle. Shot clock will expire. And Kyron Lazor gives Clark Peterson a bump at the end. Yes, the Mohawks have come to be harder to play against today, and it is working. 6-3, they lead with 3:14 to go in the second. I'm Steven Stamp. Thanks for being with us here on Stamp Black's YouTube. Again, game 3, if necessary, will be tomorrow. I was told originally it was 7 a.m. It's now listed as 8 on the schedule, so I'll double check that in the intermission. First shot is blocked. May have gone off the head of Jaden Ciapara. 2-on-1 chance. Edwards. Nice save. Zach Higgins robbing Derek Hops. Bucks do get possession. In the regular season, these teams split their 4 games, with each team winning their 2 games at home. Bucks broke that string yesterday. Mohawks trying to return the favor. That pass doesn't connect with Eccleston. He stayed out of the crease, so he can't grab this. They've got 7 to shoot. Eccleston's down by the crease. Good job by the Bucks, though. A pair of defenders staying sharp with him. And Sean Osborne thought about giving Eccleston one more. Probably wouldn't have been a good idea. Dead ball right in front of the ref. Good decision not to. Gets past Ethan Drake. Gasparetti looked a little slow there. The Mohawks just seem to have more energy in this game. Oh, what a goal on the run from Ethan Drake. Okay, everybody's a bit tired after as they're playing their second game of the day. You can see Drake, after this fantastic effort, gets the pass and just whips that run around the world and in. Sucker Thompson looked behind him after that shot, but it was right underneath him. Pretty good defensive effort on Willem Firth until the pick and roll. He slipped open and they managed to get that pass through. Don't have to give him too much space to create an opportunity. Here's Eccleston. Backdoor to Aston. Another nice save, Higgins. He thinks he's still got it. It's over on the far side. Harday McComber will flip one ahead, and Kyron Lazor just going to slow things down a little bit. Flipped up top. Samforth, pretty quick release, but it was a bouncer right into the buck on the jersey of Sucker Thompson. Now the Bucks running. It's Evans off the bench. And Garrett Cree is screaming, that's early, that's early. But they're... Oh, it's the final 20 seconds as Thompson comes to the bench. Couple seconds difference between the game clock and shot clock with the 6 attackers out there. They're not going to go too early. Evans rips one. It was actually a bit early, and then the one-handed putback attempt by Howie Francis. And that one's not going to get down the floor in time. It's not on target anyway. And we will go to the second intermission with the score 7-3 for the Kahnawake Mohawks, who scored the only 4 goals of that second period. Now it's going to be on the Bucks to try and turn things around for them. The Mohawks want to just keep it rolling. I'm Stephen Stamp. Thanks for being with us here on Stamp Lax YouTube. We will see you back here in 10 minutes for period number 3. The second period made the difference yesterday. A 4-0 run for the Bucks really pulled them away en route to a 9-2 win. Today, the Mohawks hoping they can follow the same formula to victory. They went 4-0 in the second period. They lead 7-3. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the third period of Game 2 of the Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League semifinals. Colton Marquis going behind the net. It gets away, but it was scooped up. And a little reverse flip taken there by Colby Dobbins, but stopped by Sugga Thompson. Pressure from Willem Firth. Ashton Jacobs handles it well, and the Bucks into their first possession of this third period. If there's a game 3, it'll be tomorrow night, 8 p.m. here at the Turtle Dome, the Noah Lagoa Arena on Cornwall Island. Howie Francis with a rip. Higgins had that, but it bounced the rebound all the way out to the corner. Now, who was that thrown by? Okay, it was off the Mohawks, clearly, because there's no over and back, and Sean Evans has lots of time as he comes into the offensive zone. 25 left on the shot clock. Aston working his way out of the corner. Louis Alfred kind of overran him. The flip behind the back, just too far for Peterson. Still 10 on the shot clock. Peterson rips off the far post. Good chance for Peterson, just missing. Pulls it out with all kinds of pressure from Alfred. And it's a fresh 30 again. The Bucks, that's exactly what they were looking for. You can hear and see the energy rising on their bench. Now Evans flips it to Peterson. He's going to shoot again. Behind the back this time, it is wide. And Eccleston grabs that ball. They got Aston behind the net, but Billy Dodonna watching him. Here's Evans. Quick pass. Keeley tried to get off the quick shot. Huge chop from Peterson on Louis Alfred. He withstands it, makes the pass ahead, and Liam Matthews into the offensive zone. Matthews thinking about getting underneath. Pretty good positioning, though, by Torrin Eccleston, the forward back for a defensive shift. Let's see if they go over him. Go after Eccleston, they don't. And he picks up that loose ball, pass ahead on the run. The Bucks didn't like the push that sent Andon Biro to the turf after he took that shot. It was off target. Shots after the second period, 40-35 for the Mohawks. Save by Sugga Thompson. I feel like the big key for the Bucks this period is to start being more accurate with their shots, get some better chances, but stop hitting Zach Higgins in the middle of the chest. And Environs. Nice play by Damon Edwards to race forward. Some transition would help. The Mohawks just got to keep on keeping on. They're playing very well. Higgins in particular has been excellent between the pipes. Howie Francis will go to Evans. He's going to move it on to Liam Aston. Well spread offense, just 8 seconds to shoot. Let's see what they do as they start to drive in. Eccleston looking to get underneath. Watched well by Yordis McComber. And it's grabbed and off to the races. Now the Mohawks are looking for a penalty as they saw and heard that slash as Cole Teeple ran the floor. Best game I've seen Cole Teeple play, I would say. He's been excellent, really smart decision making and just good job of just taking off at the right moment. He's not taking off early. I mean, that's an Orangeville thing, right? You stay and play your D before you run. But he is getting up the floor. This one, the long rebound will be picked up by Jaden Ciapara, another Orangeville guy. You can see he was thinking, do I pass it over to Andon Biro? Do I take a shot? He's going to let the offense set up. Double-edged sword, you want those transition opportunities. But at the same time, you need to get your offense out. Let them do their thing. You can't be forcing. You can't be rushing. Nice pass through. What a save by Higgins, though. Aston just kind of lobbed that pass up for Peterson to run onto it. Clark Peterson can't believe it. Now he is staying down the floor. Now he's going to go to the bench as he realizes he's there. He's a little frustrated. You can see it. He knows that he's here to score some goals. He wants to help by burying, and it's just not happening for him. For the whole team, really, today. Now the Bucks will get another chance. Derek Hops runs in transition. Or sorry, Zach Hops. He's for Keeley, who has 2 of the 3 goals for the Mohawks today. Here's Sean Evans. Trying to drive. Swings around behind the back. Pretty good shot, but Higgins was right there ready for it. Hard aim at Comer. Nice outlet pass. And the Mohawks will go into the offensive zone. Mohawks, very similar to what the Bucks did yesterday, really spreading the scoring around. This is Willem Firth. He's looking down to his brother Sam, will now pass to him, and Sam Firth has 2 goals. 5 other Mohawks have contributed to the scoring so far. I think everyone thought there was going to be a tough series. There was more surprise there was a 9-2 score yesterday than the Bucks won. I mean, nobody would be shocked by either of these teams winning a game against the other, but nobody thought it was going to be 9-2. I don't think many people thought it would be 7-3 today after the second, although you could just see a pushback coming from the Mohawks. On the run, Teeple finds Daibo, steps to the side, fights his way through, may have forced that one a bit, steps into the crease. I actually wondered during the warm-up, it was interesting because the Mohawks seemed to be firing really well, shooting well, really focused, dialed in, but they had a bunch of players late. They had some guys couldn't make it. Really challenging circumstances after, on a short rest anyway, and then they're limited to warm-ups. You wonder how that's going to affect them. Sometimes you just say, forget about all of it. Let's just go play. We know we can play, and that is what they've done today. Yordis McComber hands it off to Liam Matthews. Matthews will sidestep away from the check of Tyler Armstrong. Colton Marquis driving to the net. Hard rip from Drake late in the 30. It was off target. It does go to Matthews. That's going to be a penalty right there to Tyler Armstrong. Oh no, wait a second. Okay, yeah, it is just Armstrong going. So you're going to see this one right over in front of the Mohawks bench. There's Tyler Armstrong right there. I think it had already happened, actually. I want to run that. We got a couple of seconds here just as they start the play, but they're still running in position. I think if you look to the right of the screen, I think that slash there, the hand is already up. Yeah. So the cross-check at the end, Armstrong actually got away with. He's rugged. He will take some penalties. Daibo's hard shot stopped, and Martin rakes it back to himself, lobs it ahead to Siapara. You don't mind taking some of those penalties when they come from tough play and making it hard for the other team to play. You don't really love it when it happens about 100 feet from your net as the player's just heading to the bench. That might not be when you want to try and establish toughness. Clark Peterson driving, gets through a couple, gets the shot off and misses the net. Pretty good defense by Stone Jacobs and Deosundade Macomber. By both Deo and Yordis Macomber playing primarily defense for the Mohawks a lot of this season, certainly in this series, although they are going up for some offensive shifts. Very impressive because they are such skilled offensive players, and yet they have no problem going back and doing what is needed. Here's Justin Martin. He's thought about the shot. Boy, a shorthanded goal would be pretty nice, but on the other hand, let your guys kill this and get back to even strength. Pretty nice swim move there by Howie Francis and just leaves it off for Keeley. Aston, he's going to fire one. Higgins, no problem with that. The Bucks were finding their spots yesterday. Not nearly so much today, and the Mohawks have been making the most of their opportunities. Firth to Firth. This is Sam. Over to Drake. Daibo quickly across, but it did get through to Firth. Man up the floor, released is Tyler Armstrong. Breakaway. Scores! That is why you don't shoot late in a power play, but did they shoot or was it a pass? Either way, the ball is losing. You see Sugga Thompson was very aware of what was going on. Oh, that ball just gets through. Watch right at the beginning of this. Now the ball is loose. It just, I think, bounced off of someone. Sugga Thompson comes up firing, looking like Christian Del Bianco. And Armstrong makes the most of that. So it's obviously an even strength goal as it was Armstrong coming out of the penalty box. Makes it 7-4. Bucks want to turn this around. They don't want to play tomorrow. They have no interest in having another game. They love playing here in front of their fans, but they'd rather wait and do it in the League Championship Series against the winner of Capital Region and Snake Island. Quick release, what a goal from Stone Jacobs. The Mohawks want to make sure there's at least one more that there is one more game in the semifinal. Stone Jacobs just kind of backpedaling, shoots back against the grain. Jacobs not often an offensive guy, but he's looking pretty darn comfortable being up there. And it's 8-4. That's a great response from the Mohawks. The other semifinal will start in Ottawa on Wednesday. The first place Snake Island Muskies, who finished 9-3, will play the 1-11, Capital Region Axemen. First game in Ottawa just because of scheduling issues. Davison Dottie McComer's shot is stopped, and Thompson will pounce on it. Thursday night, they're back at it here at the Turtle Dome as Snake Island will play their first home game of that series. So both series actually starting at the lower seeded team just because of scheduling. I think because of scheduling. Here's Peterson. Toe drag, pulls it down, behind the back flip. Howie Francis scores. That is gorgeous. Two-man lacrosse. Wow. Everyone's going to go to them and say, nice play. Look at Howie Francis just slipping off that pick, engaging. And then just slips away. Again, they both go for the high man. Hard not to go after Clark Peterson, but boy, you can't leave Howie Francis alone either. And we have had quite a little run of goals here. Three of them in a span of 1 minute and 35 seconds. The Francis goal just went up on the game sheet, and Peterson with a great chance, trying to stay out of the crease, wasn't able to. He kind of landed hard. He's going to limp on his way back to the bench. 8-5 as we pass the midway point of the third period. Sam Firth up to Willem, over to Sam Drake, Nathan Drake, I'm sorry. Here's Colton Marquis. Finds Drake. He's going to let it fly. Thompson had that one all the way. Drops it for Kobe Cree. Bucks don't like it, but the Mohawks are being awarded possession here. Here comes Zach Hops. Boy, there are moments where a game feels very much in the balance, and this is definitely one. Next goal seems huge. Aston rips. Higgins stops it. Oh, what a save by Zach Higgins as Eccleston dives across the crease with that rebound. Mohawks get possession. Penalty coming as Evans goes to the turf. It's a slashing call. I want to watch this replay. We're going to just see the penalty be adjudicated. All right, let's watch Zach Higgins. First save is good. The second save, fantastic. My goodness, Zach Higgins is having a game. Minor for slashing to Kyron Lazor. And a big power play chance for the Bucks. Evans at the top as they go strong right. Francis to the middle. Sending a screen behind the back. Peterson shoots, missed the net. Going to be tracked down by Evans. 10 on the shot clock. Evans passes near side, off the face of Higgins. There'll be a fresh 30, and Eccleston's going to track it down. Eccleston to Evans as they reset. Aston's slipping behind the net. Peterson's going to go to him. Francis out to Eccleston. Evans with the fake, now to Eccleston, movement. Oh, Peterson didn't see it. Just kind of ducked out of the way. Aston trying to track down, he's got it, shovels it out, nice play. Evans, chances here, oh, just off target from Francis. They're gonna rip one, it gets up underneath the net guard, or beside the net guard, and Higgins, another big save. Nice job, Mark Ordonio checking that Zach Higgins is okay. Like that, checking in on the goalie after he takes a big shot. .40 seconds to go. There we go. The camera got just slightly off, so you couldn't really see the final second on the penalty. I kind of tapped it over a bit. Hopefully that'll do the trick. So we're into the final 30. 16 on the shot clock for the Bucks. They could really use a goal here. They're going to go back to Evans. Passes it through to Keeley, who had a great chance. Fresh 30, but only a dozen right now on the shot clock, or on the penalty. And as Eccleston gets it, there's 8 seconds, so they are not going to be taking another shot, I wouldn't think, on this power play, as Lazor will be freed right now. Evans drives, fakes, shoots. That's another one of his favorite plays, and he's been very successful with it. He gets the ball back off the rebound as he was stopped by Higgins. Worked over hard by Deus and Dottie McComber. Back up to Peterson at the top. Peterson trying to drive underneath. Boy, McComber's having himself a heck of a game. Evans shoots, arm save. Zach Higgins. Big collision. Eccleston trying to check. It's going to be an illegal pick on the Mohawks. Billy Dodonna, who I think's had a really good series, a couple of very strong games for the Mohawks. But he's going to hand him the ball back there with maybe a little pick that wasn't quite necessary. That's pretty unfair to say, actually, because he's just working hard trying to help his teammate get free. Howie Francis wants to shoot, bounces it. Bit of a change-up. Threw Higgins off, but he did make the play. Now there's a penalty coming. It's going to be on Louis Alfred, and let's see if we've got that one. I don't know if we will, because it's not right at the play. It's right over the side. You know what? We might just. Oh, yeah. Just at the end there. Watch at the end as Louis Alfred is going to throw his stick up. I think it's going to be called probably an illegal cross check. He's 44, comes right there, gets up into the face guard there. Can't blame him, the camera, for missing that one as the play was coming forward. But just behind it, Alfred will take a minor. Another power play for the Bucks. You feel like they've got to take advantage. Illegal body check, okay? Whatever you want to call it. You have options. Long outlet pass. Sam Firth can't catch it cleanly. Tyler Armstrong was out anyway, so they're going to the PK. And, of course, with a 3-goal lead and 5 minutes to play, Mohawks pretty happy to see the clock keep ticking. Can't quite connect with Willem Firth, and it's grabbed there by Miles Jacobs. Fights through a forecheck from Marquis and gets the ball up to Francis, who left it on the turf for Clark Peterson. You hear them yelling, 2-2. I can hear them. Probably doesn't get picked up in the ambient, but yeah, they were letting them know that Peterson had the ball. It was the Mohawks bench calling that out. Evans. Eccleston. Peterson, backdoor. Beautiful play. I thought for a moment Higgins had stopped. That would have been incredible. But that is a really good play. This is just great power play passing. Look at how they force the defenders to move. And it opens up really a pretty small lane. And it's not bad recovery defense from the Mohawks here. I feel like Kerry Kane may have gotten a little higher than he wanted, chasing up a bit. That left Francis down on the crease. Mohawks have to send somebody out as the penalty was released. He went straight into, Louis Alfred went straight into the bench. So Hardy McComber was the one to come out onto the floor. Big collision there, and Teeple comes away with it. All kinds of forecheck pressure. Now back check pressure from Jaden Siapara. Matthews' pass wasn't quite how he meant it, but still got through to Firth. Now he takes one back. 8-6. Sugga Thompson had to make a stop there on Drake. Here comes Justin Martin. 4 minutes to go. The Bucks really want to push here. End this series today. The Mohawks want that clock to keep ticking. I'm sure they'd like one, maybe two more goals. Here's Aston. Tried to pass it through, didn't get to anybody, but Eccleston will get there. Almost seemed half-hearted going after that, but Sean Osborne came full on. Sean Evans getting after Kyron Lazor, and Evans is a master at getting under people's skin, and that's actually a really impressive job by Kyron Lazor. You probably couldn't see, I think it was behind the play, but Evans trying to egg him on and get another penalty, and Lazor just very mature for a young man. Oh, wide open down the lane. Colby Dobbins with a chance. I think the Bucks trying to apply some extra pressure here, and sometimes that will lead to chances. And it did there, but a nice save by Sugga Thompson, who's been great in this series. Here's Francis. Francis with the last 2 goals for the Bucks. Just about 6 minutes apart. Big save. Zach Higgins has the Mohawks fired up again. Keeley behind the net. Out to Peterson. Really good closing defense there. Sidearm rip. And Imbiro almost flattened, but managed to stay up. We are at even strength with 2:22 to go. Another shot. Francis looking for the natural hat trick, but it's partially blocked. Stopped there by Higgins. They find Firth off the bench. Oh my goodness. Stone Jacobs was like, go ahead, just go and shoot. And Sugga Thompson looked a little frozen on that one. I don't know that he could believe that it's just a 2-on-0. Look at Stone Jacobs. They just go. I don't need to be a part of this. Firth gets up in the air and freezes Thompson. There is not a Buck within 10 feet of center as that play goes the other way. Good hustle from Andon Biro, but there's no way he was making up that space. And it's 9-6. The 9th goal yesterday sent the Kahnawake fans pretty much filing to the exits. But that was a 7-goal lead. With a 3-goal spread, most of the Bucks fans hanging in. We've got a few trying to get out, beat the traffic out of here. Evans has it, under 2 minutes to go. Mohawks bench is loud and active as we've got 6 attackers out for the Bucks. Shot from Peterson. Torrin Eccleston dive to try to stop it. It's going to be an easy goal for Jordas McComber, who will nonetheless put everything behind this one. You see McComber take off. Great effort by Eccleston, but Jordas McComber, he's just going to put it in, right? Nah, he's going to rip it. 10-6, and now I think we can say this one's pretty much over. And we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. live on Stamplax. If you're in the neighborhood, come on down. You need to be here at the Turtle Dome. What a great venue. Love games at the Anoa Lagoa Arena. And we're going to get another one tomorrow. Bucks are hoping that'll be the start of a series of more games. They would play a best-of-5 final against the winner of the Capital Region versus Snake Island series. But right now, the momentum with the Mohawks. Obviously, the momentum from yesterday didn't carry over, as was a 9-2 win yesterday for the Bucks. But Mohawks hoping they can carry it. Oh, Sam Firth slips. Tyler Armstrong knocks it loose. Taps it ahead, but didn't get it. Siaparo will, but we're coming down to the final minute with a 4-goal Mohawks lead. Everyone expected a tough series with these two very good teams. Well, we've got one. Tomorrow should be a dandy. 8 o'clock here at the Turtle Dome. Oh, that one almost snuck through. Howie Francis still looking for that third period hat trick. Mohawks in no hurry to go and put anything towards the net at this point. They'll be happy to have the 30 expire. That'll leave the Bucks with about 15 seconds to just hang out with the ball. That's a big swing by Kobe Cree. His stick actually goes flying as he chops it. That's Colby Dobbins. The 30 expires, and the Bucks need to get up over center before the 8-second count. But Howie Francis is just going to hang on to this. The final score is going to be 10 for the Mohawks, 6 for the Bucks. It's an over and back. Nobody's going to go after it. They're just going to, really? Just let the clock run. There we go. Not sure why it was blown down. And we are going to have game 3 in the Three Nations Senior Lacrosse League semifinals. We'll wrap it up tomorrow night here on Stamplax Productions. Thank you so much, lacrosse friends, for being with us today. We're back in, what time is it? It is 4:19, so that is just under 28 hours, 27 hours and 40 minutes, 27 hours, 40 minutes. We'll be back with game 3 of the TNSLL semifinals. It should be a dandy. We'll see you then.